my channel. It is your girl, Dutchy! Okay, what the heck? How is it Christmas next week? And then New Year? And then 2020? How? I don't know. I'm kind of sad because like today I'm pretty much filming my last videos for the year. It's kind of like a very bittersweet feeling because we have grown so much as a family this year. This year has been so good for YouTube and growth and like you guys and meeting you guys. But then I also can't wait for 2020 and what it has in store for us as a family. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you hints and tips on how to know if a girl likes you more than a friend, or really how to know if anyone likes you more than a friend. I think anyone could sort of watch this and gauge whether a girl or guy or whomever likes you more than a friend. So yeah. You guys also really wanted a video on how to kiss a girl or how to kiss a girl for the first time. So I'm definitely going to revisit that topic and I will be posting that before the end of the year also. And I also just wanted to let you guys know I will be posting this Saturday and next Tuesday. Then after that there's Christmas and then New Year's, and I'm actually going to like a 4-day festival over New Year's. So I probably won't be uploading then. I'm going to take a week off just to chill, hang out with my best buds at a music festy, and then get straight back into it first week of the new year. So if you do notice 1 or 2 days where I don't upload where I do normally, yeah, I'll be out boogieing, recharging my energies and focus and everything for next year. But without further ado, let's head on into these tips on how to know if a girl likes you more than a friend. Okay, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Being a gay girl is hard work. Does she fancy you or is she just being nice? Is she flirting with you or is that just her personality? It's hard, right? With mixed signals, misinterpreted texts and body language, it can be super hard to tell whether a friend is crushing on you or whether they just like you as a friend. And those lines often cross even without any romantic attraction there. So I'm going to try my best to debunk things that your mate might be doing if they do have a romantic attraction or interest in you and may want something more than just friendship. You're welcome. And quite often good mates can be super duper compatible and just not ever think of them in that way. Not for any particular reason. Sometimes we just don't catch on. So how do you know if he, she, they, them like you as more than a friend? Number one, they don't hesitate to say yes when you ask to hang out. So if you've been talking for a while, obviously if you're mates or if you've just started talking on Tinder or Grindr or something like that, and you ask to hang out or you suggest going somewhere together and they say yes straight away, that's a great sign that they're interested in you in some way or really want to hang out. If they say, yeah, cool, that'd be awesome sometime, or if they delay it, or if they don't bring it up again, then they may not be as interested as you once thought. Or on the other hand, if you bring it up and then nothing ever happens and then they bring it up again later, it means they haven't forgotten about it and they really do want to hang out with you. Otherwise they wouldn't bring it up again. Number two is a pretty obvious one, but it may not come across as straightforward as I'm about to put it. They might say that they want more from you, and by saying this they might not ask you to be their significant other, but this might mean they want to spend more time with you, or they want to do things alone with you, or if say you're going out as a group of people and then everyone cancels, they might say, no, let's still go. They want to spend more time with you and they want it to be just you and them, and they want it to be sort of intimate rather than you and a bunch of other people. Number three, they hint at you to make a move, and it can be quite subtle. I know I joked around with my ex-boyfriends that I had in high school. I used to say things along the lines of, it's almost like we're dating, or oh my god, imagine if we dated. Or like if you're out somewhere with them and you're a bit chilly, even if you're not chilly, you say you're cold just to see what they do, if they do give you their jacket or not. Are they a potential significant other? And I mean, if they're bringing up things like, oh my god, imagine if we dated, or if you said that to them, it's sort of gauging their reaction to it and whether it could actually be a possibility that you could date. I know that's a super easy way, because then if they like brush it off and they're super cold and they don't even like, you know, joke about it back or anything, then you're like, okay, wow, no, and you can close off all romantic attraction, or at least try to. But if they respond or you respond in a way to them, it's kind of like flirty or kind of like imagine, and you do it back, it's kind of like a positive reaction to it. And obviously if you're close already and that's just like a flirty fun sort of thing that you can do with each other, it's not the best way to figure out if they're romantically attracted to you, but sometimes it could be. Number four is they don't introduce you as a friend. So they don't go, this is Megan, my friend. They either refer to you as your name, so Megan, or a nickname, or say that you're a close friend. And the way they speak about you or describe you is super important to listen out for as well, because if someone cares about you a lot and is possibly romantically interested in you, they're going to try their best to paint you in the best light and have a lot of good things to say about you. So keep track of that if you can, or if you're ever in the situation where you are meeting someone, how they describe you and yeah, how they introduce you can often hint at how they feel about you. Okay, number 5, and this one's super important, and again, I know I do this, and I know other people that have been interested in me have done this as well. It's finding a way to casually touch you. Now that sounds super sexual, but it doesn't always have to be. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But basically, when people care about each other, or when someone cares about you and is possibly romantically interested in you, they try to be in close proximity to you or to who they're attracted to. So in our example, a friend who may or may not like another friend will definitely seek out any possible opportunities to have that physical contact. If you're sitting next to each other on the couch, they may scooch over and try and be as close to you as possible, or put their arm around you, or if they start holding your hand without any hesitation when you're walking together or skipping along or something like that, that is a big sign that they may be romantically interested in you. Even if they slightly touch your arm or leg in conversation without them being consciously aware of it, or like nudging you with their elbow if they're joking or flirting with you, those sorts of things. Now, keep in mind that those physical cues aren't 100% foolproof. I know I act that way around almost all of my mates. When I'm into someone, they'll know. I make it pretty obvious when I'm into someone. But like, I hug all my closest friends, guys and gals, and like, you know, like nudge them and shit like that. I hold my friends' hands. I'm a pretty physical person, but I suppose if you know this human well enough and you know that they're not normally affectionate, and if they are with you, then that's a pretty good sign. But if they are affectionate with other people, then don't stress, because I have way more tips coming up for you if that is the case. Number 6, and I sort of touched on this one previously, but they find excuses and ways for you two to be alone together. Like, they may try and organize a group dinner and they'll say to you, oh, everyone else said no, but do you still want to hang out? Like, it'll still be fun. It doesn't always have to be something spectacular like a date setting. It could be anything. It could be a Netflix night. It could be literally anything that they just want to hang out with you for. They just want to spend time with you, goddamn, like alone, and that's cute. I find that so cute. Number 7 is eye contact. This is a big one. I know I do it. I try and provide as much eye contact with everyone I'm sort of talking to. I think that's just polite, but I do get nervous around people that I am attracted to, especially at the beginning. So I might like dart my eyes away and then like come back. Like, I will look physically nervous. But obviously, if this is a friend and you're trying to figure out whether they sort of like you more than just a friend, if you're comfortable enough with each other, you probably do look into each other's eyes a lot. So if you do notice this person has great eye contact with you, even apart from that, if you're like at a party or if you're somewhere else and you do notice them looking over at you or like staring at you a fair bit without being creepy, that could be an indication that they are interested in you. Number 8 is they're constantly asking you out to things, and I don't mean in a date setting per se. It may well be, or they may end up having a spare ticket to a music festival, or a spare ticket to a concert or a band that you really enjoy, or a movie that you've really wanted to see. They just want to hang, and they just want to hang with you. Number 9, they ask you about past relationships, or like want to know more about your romantic past or how you've been in said relationship. I suppose asking these questions sort of enables them to see whether they can like envision a future with you or not. I know I've done that in the past too, asking like how long someone's been with someone for, and if you're close enough, I mean, you probably shouldn't ask this on a first date or something, but I guess if you're on a date, you probably have expressed attraction for one another. But with a mate, if you kind of like know how it ended, like you can always bring it up. If you're super close, I feel like you can probably talk about that stuff. So being interested in past relationships and things like that, seeing whether you would be compatible, I think those sorts of questions sort of hint at you being possibly interested in that. If you ask it more than once, not in an annoying way, but if you have, or someone has brought that up with you a few times, that may be an indication that they are romantically attracted to you and sort of want to gauge whether or not you'd be a good fit. Number 10 10, they ask you about your future plans. Now this one is super, super important. I know with my friends, I haven't really asked them, or I'm not attracted to them, but I haven't asked them about their future. In terms of jobs, yes, I think we're at an age now where you have so many different jobs in your lifetime, but sure, I will be interested and ask my friends about like, where do you want to end up, or like, what career do you want to have? But that's kind of where it stops. I think asking more about your future plans, where are you wanting to live, like kids and things like that, I think that shows a deeper interest in where you're going with your life rather than, oh, what career do you want to end up in? Because I think that's a pretty general question that a lot of people ask. But yeah, in terms of like, where do you want to go with your life? Do you want to have kids? Where do you want to end up in the world? You know, that sort of thing shows that the other person is sort of interested in knowing where you're going to end up and knowing whether or not you have a chance to be together. Number 11, they get defensive when someone else tries to make a move on you, or if you're trying to make a move on someone else. Jealousy is one of the most undeniable signs that someone has some sort of attraction to you. If they get annoyed that you went on a date with someone else, it's probably because they wish it was them instead going on a date with you. Like really, unless someone actually cares deeply for you and is somewhat romantically interested in you, they're probably not going to get jealous. Like, I'm so super excited when any of my mates go on a date or start talking to someone new. I want to know everything about it. I mean, you can show concern. A mate can definitely show concern if you're going on a date with someone that they might not like or have heard bad things about, but then I guess that's a little bit different. That's not jealousy, that's concern. Number 12, they remember important dates. They remember your birthday, they remember your graduation date if that's coming up, or even family members' birthdays. Anything that is important to you, anything huge that you care about, they're going to know it. I think that one speaks for itself. Number 13, body language. Now I know I spoke briefly about eye contact before, but actual body language is such a good way to try and figure out if an individual is interested in you. When a girl is into someone or is trying to impress someone they're on a date with, now this doesn't go for every girl because I know I don't do this being a queer girl, but sometimes a girl will like flick their hair, play with their hair, fix their hair, hat, beanie, whatever they're wearing. They might smile more than usual, that sort of thing, put on a higher voice. Whereas guys try and take up as much space as possible to draw attention to themselves. Other things people can do with body language is they might fix up, like if you're a tag dag, they might put your tag back in, or if you've got like one of your sleeves rolled and the other one's falling down, they might fix that. Anything to sort of close that gap and like show you that, you know, like they're here, they're not playing. Or even things like offering to like hold your bag or like pick up your bag or like do something like that. It doesn't always have to be a massive like body language shift. It can be like the small things as well. Number 14, they flirt with you. And you're probably sitting there like, duh, Dutchy. But no, it's not always that simple and it's not always that straightforward. So hear me out. In terms of flirting, even if they don't know how to flirt or they're a little bit awkward or shy, they will act differently around you if they're romantically interested in you than other people. They might get nervous around you, talk differently around you, as mentioned previously, fixing their hair, hat, clothing, anything around you, because they're trying to look as attractive as possible in your presence. More outgoing and extroverted individuals are going to be more obvious and straightforward about their flirting. But the introverts also definitely have ways of subtly showing that they are flirting with you. If this person asks you tons of questions, whether in person or over text or message, they keep the conversation going, it never stops, it's never boring, that's a good indication that they're interested in you. They want to keep talking to you, they don't want the conversation to stop, and it's obviously a good conversation, like they're not bored or anything. Flirting is a great way to test the waters and see if they show any interest back at you or to you. So even if you're like wondering whether this friend is interested in you, you could even try flirting yourself. You don't have to try and identify whether they flirt with you. Maybe they're too scared or shy to because they think you would never like them back. So if you try flirting or doing something like that, see how it goes. If they talk about you with their friends and family quite frequently, that is a major sign that obviously you hold a very special place in their heart. And this particular point is what got me a relationship, my most recent relationship, because one of my mates that was also friends with him came up to me one day, was totally testing the waters for him, whether he asked her to or not, I'm not sure, but was totally like, I was like, Mark's kind of cute, isn't he? Like, he talks about you a fair bit and stuff, and like, friends will often do that. So if one or two of your mates, whether you're in the same friendship group or not, or whether one of their mates does come up to you or even messages you and says, hints that your mate or this person you're interested in has been talking about you, that's a pretty good sign. 16, they improve their physical appearance around you. They go out of their way to look better. If you used to hang out all the time and this person wouldn't wear makeup or would always wear trackies and a hoodie or just didn't go out of their way that much, if you notice a change and they start dressing better, smelling better, I don't know, putting on cologne or perfume, or like going out of their way to just look hot, then yeah, check it. 17, they hint or let you know that they're single, and like they'll say it all the time. Or you're like, I hate being single, I want to be in a relationship. Like, bringing those things up. Obviously, if you're mates, you're gonna know if you're single or not, but you know, just bringing that up, bringing it up to their attention and seeing their reaction, gauging what they say about it. Are they like, yeah, oh my god, I want one too? And then you could be like, oh my god, imagine if we dated. Or something like that, you know, it's a pretty easy way to bring that up. But if you're talking about it or they're talking about it constantly, but yeah, obviously act accordingly there. But if they say that and you do too, then there's like no harm in being like, yeah, I want a relationship too, and then seeing where it goes. Number 18, they stalk you. And no, I don't mean stalk you home or stalk you in the car. I mean, you're on Instagram or you're on some form of social media, you get a notification that they've liked something and it's from 3 years ago. Yeah, they're having a hella good lurk. I know even now, like whenever I start talking to a guy or a girl and you start sort of like flirting and stuff, it gets a bit flirty over text, you kind of do go back on people's socials and like a few. I'm not crazy, I don't like everything, but yeah, it's a good way of showing, well, you're interested, you're having a lurk, you're down, you know? Are they in your top 3 at the top of your Insta stories? Do they view your profile, like your stuff, comment, message you a lot? Do they snap back straight away? Do they snap you all the time? Are they in your top, wait, you don't have top mates on Snapchat anymore, do you? Wow, I'm showing my age. Remember when you had like your top 3? Anyway, yeah, so do they give you an old lurk? Do they give you a good old lurk? I don't know, do they? Number 19, they don't block your advances. So this is coming from your side. If you're crushing on a mate, you sort of want to see if they're gonna like block you from doing something. So if you do move closer to them and they don't sort of like move away or get up and go to the toilet so they can adjust where they sit, or if you go to put your arm around them and they don't flinch, they kind of just like, you know, and they cuddle in. If you flirt and they flirt back, if you show affection and they show affection back and they don't shy away from it. And again, this is completely subjective to the individual, but if they're not necessarily that affectionate or flirty or anything with other people, but they are with you, that could be a major indication that they're romantically interested in you. Number 20, do they act more mask or girly around you? I know dudes can often like put on a lower voice around you and sometimes a higher voice for women. I know if I'm like with a girl that I'm kind of interested in, I will actually lower my voice, so mask. Or if I'm like nervous around someone or just nervous doing anything really, I will actually put on a deeper voice. It's something I've done always. I don't have a very high voice as it is. But yeah, sometimes girls, if they're on a date or they're trying to impress someone, they will end up having a bit of a higher pitch to their voice, whether they're consciously aware of it or not, I don't know. Again, subjective, but girls maybe who normally dress quite cash might dress up in it with a bit more makeup and a dress and some heels, or obviously depending on, yeah, your fashion sense, you might change it up a little bit to impress them. Number 21, they're super open and honest with you about their feelings or when they're upset, and they do rely on you sometimes to help pick them up because they know at the end of the day, you are one of those important people in their life that can cheer them up no matter what that is, and I'm sure you probably feel the same way if you are close friends. Number 22, they try to make you jealous. Now this, apart from number 23, which is my surefire way, so stick around for that. If they try to make you jealous, like, why else would you do that? Why would you try and make a normal friend jealous? Unless it's something about, like something materialistic, like a new car you got or like something dumb like that. But if they try and make you jealous just to see how you respond, like not even with anything, if they try and say something like, yeah, I'm going on a date with such and such, and I feel like girls will do this especially, maybe not guys so much, I don't think they try and do this as much. But if a girl like says she's talking to someone and then she looks at you and she's like, and if you don't like give enough back, then they're obviously like, okay, well, she's not jealous. But they will be seeking for your jealousy if they are interested in you. Especially if like they're scrolling through Instagram or Tinder or something, they're like, damn, she's hot, and then they look at you for like your reaction, that sort of thing. If you're happy for them and you agree with them and you're like, oh yeah, she is hot, then obviously they can gauge from your reaction, okay, maybe she's not interested. But if you're like, you know, then they might be like, okay, so she's like not that keen on me finding other girls attractive. What does this mean, you know? If they take someone else to a party or an event or something and you're out there like doing your own thing by yourself, whether you have a date there or not, and you notice that they like have their eyes on you, not the person that they came with, they're probably attracted and want to be with you and want to be at that event or party with you. But they've tried to make you jealous, but like it hasn't worked. Or maybe it has worked and you're trying your best to be like, no, it ain't bothering me, honey. Just a thought. And number 23. Ooh, this way, I don't know. And this is literally the easiest way to know if someone likes you or not. They tell you they like you. I know, cliche, crazy talk. But if they literally say, look, I'm kind of interested in you, I have feelings for you, I would like to be something more, then they like you. Congratulations, you've passed the test. But a lot of the time this sort of thing can get swept under the rug, or sometimes that happens and a friend will take it as a joke and they'll be like, haha, yeah, right. And then often it makes the person feel like, oh, and then they never bring it up again, and then you never know what could have been, you know? Again, it depends. All of these tips depend entirely on the person, your friendship and relationship with whomever it is. Do keep that in mind. But they had some things I've picked up along the way, just from past relationships and friendships with people, and yeah, just reading people. I suppose as you get older, you get better at reading people's body language, things that they say, all of the above. And then you'll come across someone one day, they're a complete enigma, you don't know how to read them, and it just messes with you, because that's definitely happened to me as well. Alright, this has been a long video, but I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I do hope some of those tips help you out if you are currently trying to figure out whether a mate or someone is interested in you and wants more than a friendship. Let me know in the comments below if you've had any success stories, or if you're currently questioning whether a mate might be wanting more, or if you want more. Let me know. I can't wait to hear all of your stories, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!